Listen, if you've been spending your time looking at charts and trying to memorize pattern and determine if something is a spinning top or a bull flag or a bear flag or a stop, drop, and roll, all of those things, then you're hindering the progress that you could be making and burning unnecessary brain cells, because at the end of the day, it's all about getting the reps in, getting the trades in. Even if you're demo trading or using a paper trade with TradingView, you can still be a profitable trader with high probabilities by understanding the 4 metrics I'm about to share with you without you having to memorize all of these different candle patterns. So I want you to see if this is something you feel you can do. That way you're not trying to figure out what each and every move is, because that could be robbing you of your wealth, because you're not getting the reps in just by understanding. It's 4 things that you're looking for. If you can count to 4, if you know your colors, you can do this without memorizing candlesticks. Let's go. So this is what I mean by looking for A+ setups. I said it because I wanted you to see how it looks on the screen. It's in, a couple of different places. But an A+ buy setup, you want everything to be green. A high probability of the market going up, also known as going long. Green buy signal. So you'll see the green buy signal, which is the indicator that prints a green buy signal. So you want to see that. You want to see a green bullish bias. Remember I showed you the bias in the upper right hand corner. It's either going to say bullish, bearish, or neutral. If it's neutral, you don't do anything. You just wait. Patience is key in trading. Patience brings wealth in trading. So you look for a green bullish bias, which lets you know that the market has been going up. That's the bias. That's the nature of the market at the time. You look for a green trend bar. That's the wavelengths that I showed at the bottom of the screen. You want that to also be green. And then you're looking for a green power line. Power line that is green and horizontal basically says money is in the market right now at this time. Come get some. It's so many words. Once all those 4 things have been checked, consider that an A+ buy setup. So it's a higher probability. Real simple. Real simple. 1, 2, 3, 4. For A+ sell setup, what you're looking for is, pretty much the opposite, minus one thing, being identical. You're looking for a red sell signal. You're looking for a red bearish bias. You're looking for a red trend bar. And you're also looking for the green power line as well. That lets you know money is in the market. You want liquidity. You want to be able to get money out of the market at the right time, strategically, and rinse and repeat. This is an example of what an A+ setup is based on these 4 things being in position once you have everything set up, once you get access to the group. Now, I'm going to go over real quick what's in the group so that way you understand what you're getting, and then let me know if you got any questions, anything you want me to clarify on, so that way I can incorporate it in other videos, and I know it can help others as well. So imagine being able to trade and not having to worry about if it's a spinning top or sledgehammer or stop, drop, and roll, and you can just look into the systems and the metrics. So let's just show you how it works. This is a replay of a trade that happened yesterday. Long story short, we're looking for 4 metrics. What is the daily bias? What signal are we giving, whether buy or sell? Is there some trend happening? Is there some momentum, meaning money is entering the market? If you can count to 4, you know your colors, you can do this. So let's play this out and see how it plays out and what would happen if we was to place the trade based on seeing an A+ setup. Emphasis on A+ setup. There are other strategies that can still make you profitable, but we're looking for A+ setups. Now right there showed a reverse buy signal, and I want to just give you an example of something. So it's daily bias bullish. Then we also have the buy signal. That's the buy signal. That counts as a buy signal. Even though it's not green, that's the buy signal. Then we got green trend and green momentum in the market. Now, by the time it produced that buy signal, a person could have taken their trade and been in profit, and that would have been an A+ setup. However, that's not the one I'm about to show you or take right now, but I just want you to know that sometimes, the markets can go in both directions and trade sideways, which you already know, I'm pretty sure, if you're watching this video. But long story short, that is an example of a buy signal. Now, let's on the flip side show you what it looks like when it's a sell signal and it's still considered to be an A+ setup. A person could have taken that buy trade if they wanted to. It would have hit the take profit, and then it started going in the red direction. However, we don't have the things that say we should sell right now, so we just sit back and wait. Now, something significant just happened. A big elephant bar dropped it down, changed the daily bias to bearish. We don't see any red here. We don't see any green momentum, which means it's not an A+ trade just yet. So we still patiently wait. So patience is key. And now if you have a way to know when to buy or sell, even if you don't understand the candles, you're good to go. Now we just got some action. Daily bias bearish, number one. That's check number one for the 4 metric system. We got a sell signal. That's check number 2. So we 2 out of 4. We see some red down here, which means is the entry part of red trend. That counts. Even though it's small, it counts. And we see some green momentum, meaning that green momentum is likely to push it in the direction of the current trend at that time. So the current trend at that time is showing red. Green momentum, meaning it could push it in the down direction. Now, once it gives you a sell signal, it gives you some other things that are very important. It gives you an entry line. Usually it's yellow. This one is showing to be red, but it's an entry line. It gives you a stop loss to where if it goes in reverse of your trade, a good place to take a stop loss. You can take it wherever you want, but it's a preferred stop loss zone. It gives you a take profit one, which you have an 80% chance of hitting that if it's an A+ setup. So you can go from this entry to this take profit in many cases if you take an A+ setup, but it also gives you a take profit 2 and a take profit 3. Now, it's less likely to hit those. It still can. It may just take longer, but the take profit is the higher probability just because it's closer. So let's just say, since we see an A+ setup, we went ahead and hit sell in this scenario. So we hit sell because we saw A+ setup on the front end, momentum in the market, starting to, do a reverse sell and trend in that direction. And we're just looking to see if we can get in and get out, not overstay our welcome, and see if it's some opportunity in this A+ setup, and just showing you the simplicity of how the tool works. This is not me understanding or saying, hey, this is spinning top. This is a hammerhead, and all of the things they say. Not to, knock them, but a lot of times people just need a strategy. Now, I'm gonna pause right here because within a 6-minute time frame, depending on when the entry was, a person could be up, and this is just one contract, 257 based on this A+ setup. Does it always happen like this in this time frame? Absolutely not. But it's proof that the system and the setup can result in results, because you saw a buy signal. It did hit the take profit. If a person was live in their trade paying attention and they took their profits right there, they would have been in profit. So that buy signal, a buy signal that was an A+ setup when it was produced was practical. It worked. The same with the sell setup. If a person took this sell based on it being an A+ setup, that would have been in profit. And if they had more contracts, it would have been even more in that time frame. And I didn't say one word about what this looks like. Was this a bull flag, a bear flag? This is just letting the system do what it does, and you being able to know when to buy and sell. And then as you go down the pathway of learning, of course you can learn all of those things so you can understand it and recognize it and add to your strategy. But if you're looking for simplicity, from a newbie standpoint, or a person who's not trying to memorize all these charts or all of those things, consider this tool. If you want access to this tool, link down below. Mr. Smith signing out. Salute.